Hello and welcome to class. Today's class is going to be a restorative core building session. This is accessible and appropriate for those that are in the postpartum period, but also those that are truly new to working out. We're going to start the session with some diaphragmatic breath. So you're going to exhale and push your stomach out, and when you inhale, pull your stomach muscles in towards your belly button, and we're going to repeat that 10 times. Staying in our tabletop position, we're going to move into bird dog. So with alternate arms and legs, we're going to reach them up and down towards the mat, keeping our core nice and strong. We want a nice straight spine in this position. After 10 rounds, we're then going to move on to the other side of the body and perform the same movement with a nice strong core and strong glutes. Coming back into tabletop position, tuck your toes and bring your knees off the floor into a bear hover. This is quite an advanced move, so only do this if this feels comfortable. I particularly like to hold this for about 30 seconds, then release, and then perform the hold again. You can do a little cow stretch if you want to stretch out your spine, and then repeat this movement 3 times. Moving on to some Nordic curls, so keep the toes tucked and tuck the hips under. We're then going to move backwards, so our glutes towards our heels, keeping our core really tight. This exercise is going to work your glutes, your hips, your hamstrings and your core. Again, we're going to perform this 10 times. If you have a Pilates ball accessible to you, now is the time to take that, but if you don't, you can perform this exercise without the Pilates ball. So lying flat on the back, take the ball above your head and raise your feet off the floor. We're now going to perform some toe taps, so make sure the spine is completely flat on your mat. We don't want any arches in the back. Keeping that core nice and tight and taking each alternating toe towards the floor. This is a great exercise for your core muscles and a very gentle way to engage them. Staying lead on the floor, we're now going to move into a dead bug position. This is a really gentle way to engage the core again. So moving the arms above the head this time, and then taking both feet together towards the floor and back up. Last exercise of this round is a standing exercise, and we're going to do some knee raises. So you can use a weight overhead if that feels comfortable. You can use a Pilates ball, or you can do it with free weights. So just take the knee up towards the chest and back down, a nice slow and controlled movement, engaging all of those leg muscles. Well done guys, we have completed the first round. We are now going to complete a second round of all of those exercises we have just done. So we're starting again with the diaphragmatic breathing in and out, really engaging those core muscles when you breathe in. Moving on to dead bugs, so taking alternate arms and legs and raising them up and down in a tabletop position. This is going to really engage those glute muscles, open up those hips and keep that core nice and strong without putting too much pressure on your abdominal wall. Taking it nice and slow, moving into a bear hold, tuck the toes and pull the knees off the floor, keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. For about a 30-second hold, then release the knees down for about 10 seconds. Open up the heart and back, and then take the knees off the floor again, tuck the toes back into that bear hold, repeating this 3 times. Getting ready for our Nordic curls, so keeping the toes tucked and coming up into a kneeling position. Tuck those hips under, engage your core and push back towards your hips. Moving on to toe taps, so if you have that Pilates ball, get that ready, keeping your back nice and flat on the floor, raising both knees off and taking alternate knees down towards the mat. We're then moving into our dead bug position, so taking the arms slightly above the head and then bringing both feet at the same time towards the floor. You just want to make sure that your back is not arching off the floor in this position. If it is, you can always pop a towel or something underneath your back just to stop that arch happening. To finish off, we're going to move into some non-weighted hip thrusts. So keeping the feet flat on the floor, tuck the hips, bring them up towards the ceiling and then lower the glutes towards the floor. You have done it, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to one of my 10-minute workouts. I hope that you have enjoyed it and I will see you next Monday.